I know. It's 3 big dinosaurs, or three of the best big creatures in the game, all on one board. I'd quit to Cecil. What's up, everybody? MTG Dad back for another one. Quick thing I wanted to say about that. I did change my YouTube logo, and I think I just want you to understand, and I think a lot of people are in this kind of situation where most of the time I'm recording, it's usually when my child is sleeping, and that's really the only time I have to play. So like when I say I don't have a lot of time to play, like I have very little time to play, so I pretty much record almost everything. And I appreciate all the support I've had so far. I'm just trying to keep growing the channel and, you know, make good content and come up with new ideas. And so, you know, any feedback or new deck ideas or things that you see that are cool or want me to try out, please. I do not have a lot of time to research it. So this is kind of the updated Rakdos Robbery list. And this is, I mean, when it comes down to it, it's basically just I subbed in this card for Breach of the Multiverse. So they, you know, obviously they're both good cards. And I think the way that, I think the way that I would play this so that I could still benefit from Breach is just put one on the side. But, so basically the advantage of Robbery versus Breach is that later in the game, well, for one, this card is decent early in the game. Like I can use this card when I have 5-6 mana, which is not that hard in this deck, and get 3 or 4 cards from my opponent, which gives me basically 3 or 4 cards, new cards in my hand. So like that is really nice, that factor alone. Then there is just late game, I can mill them out and just win, which you could also mill your opponent out with Breach as well if you have a Chandra out. But sometimes with Robbery, I can get like up to 20 mana later in the game, and I can just like deck out my opponent for 40 cards. I've done that a couple times. So and then not to mention I'm just stealing my opponent's cards, playing their cards, getting their lands. Just that piece of it too. Breach is definitely very good, but this is also instant speed. So what I've learned about the ramp deck is the ramp deck for one is very, very good right now. It has good matchups across the board, even against control. And I think that's just because you're just slamming really, really powerful spells over and over and over again to the point where counter spells aren't going to do it, board wipes aren't going to do it, and then I have recursion. You know, I have Cruelty and Virtue. So that's one of the disadvantages of playing the Robbery deck, is I don't have the Breach as a form of recursion, but we still have 6 forms of recursion, and then Virtue is a steady form, and it's, you know, against certain decks you can't remove it. Cruelty is very good against control because you can just streamline this card against them. So basically the changes that I made from my original Robbery list were adding in Carnosaur, Atali, Aclazotz, and Cruelty. I think those are the biggest changes. I cut a couple of these, I cut a couple of these, one of these, and maybe one of these, but the deck has felt so much better. I think I added one of these too. Cruelty is the MVP of this deck. It ties everything together depending on what we're playing against. Like, for example, if we're playing against control, we just want to stream cruelties. We want to target them for one, take a planeswalker, search for another cruelty, and just do that 3 times in a row. And hopefully by then we can have discarded some of these big boys and payoffs in our discard pile, so that cruelty just gives us so much value. Chandra, still amazing, but I think 2 is the right number after playing this deck a lot. Because there's some games where it definitely just wins you the game, and then other games I want to have pressure, and that's why this deck is better than the original, is because I'm putting pressure, and I'm putting a ton of pressure on my opponents at a certain point. So similar board, you know, we're using the Bitter Triumph again because we're discarding our big boys into the discard pile, which is important. Edict is really, really good in this deck because there are a lot of cards right now where we want to force them to sacrifice, and also it's just another way to Planeswalker. And if you notice, all of my instant speed removal deals with Planeswalkers in some way. March is mainly in here just for life gain, and there could be an argument to add a second and take out 1 Triumph, but I'm just trying it this way for right now. But that would be a subtle change that would make just have another form of life gain. Celestus, Brass, and Big Score are all of our ramp. The Tunneler is really nice because I can just like get rid of like 2 or 3 of these in my hand, these big spells, and just throw them in the discard, and then draw like 3 or 4 cards. Big Score goes nuts when you have Chandra out because you draw 4 cards, create 4 tokens, and only discard 1 card, which is nuts. Celestus is just really good at keeping us in the game, Subtle Lifegain, and also just discarding these cards. 4 Brotherhoods and is necessary. It's also really good against like Lilianas and Planeswalkers that are low to the ground. And then we have 2 Deadly Cover-Up. Deadly Cover-Up. Oh my goodness, this card. This card is nutty. Like, I have won so many games because I'm like, even against Control, this card is very good. And I think I put another one on the side. It's like a stone brain. Like, I'm just getting rid of all their Jaces, all their Wandering Emperors, all their their memory delusions usually too. It's a way for me to just close the game out. And it's great because it's a board wipe, so it's good against everything. Aclazotz is really nice in this list too because it usually dies right away, so it becomes ramp. So it ramps us into Trumpeting Carnosaur, Natali, and all of our big spells, which is what we want. Carnosaur is nuts, of course, because we're just continuously discovering with it. It's also another form of removal, which is really nice. One of my favorite things is to like Carnosaur into a Brotherhood's End and just like wipe their board and have a Carnosaur out. Atali, I put it up to 2 from my original ramp list because, for one, it's a win con. And it's just, I think because I have so many recursion spells, I wanted to have another payoff card, and 2 feels right, so that I can make sure I can hit it. This card, though, like I said, this is the MVP, because if we get one of these big boys in the discard by turn 5, we're just playing it on 3. But depending on what we're playing against, we might put it on 1, search for a card, get maximize value if we're not under a lot of pressure, where we need like a blocker immediately. And then when it really shines, though, and somebody had just mentioned this to me in the comments, is like when you get a Virtue and you get a Carnosaur back, right? And then the Carnosaur gets a Cruelty, which is another amazing card for Carnosaur to get. And then you play it immediately before your upkeep. You play it on 2, and say you search for a card, say you get a Tali, and then when you go to your upkeep, it immediately flips to 3. I had no idea that interaction happened. So that interaction with these 3 cards is amazing. But some games like Cruelty, you're just using it to like get a Deadly Cover-Up and collect evidence and get rid of cards from their deck. You can also use Deadly Cover-Up to get rid of their bat. You kill it, it goes to the graveyard first. You get rid of the bat, you don't have to keep dealing with the bat. Things like that it does. Deadly Cover-Up is one of the best board wipes I've ever played. And then we've talked about Outrageous Robbery, and you've seen Chandra and Robbery in action, and Chandra's just nuts. Another really cool thing I found out with Chandra and Virtue is like, that is a great way for me to gain life. If I have 6 mana, is play Chandra, play +2 on it, play Virtue twice, gain 4 life, and do -6/6 to a creature. It's pretty nuts too. So Virtue even gets a bonus from Chandra. So I did take out the Mirex. I just felt like I'd never use them ever, especially with the pressure I'm putting on now. And Field of Ruin feels more useful because I can destroy other people's main lands. I still have a couple of these, and then I added in as 1 Proving Ground to see, just as another way to draw cards later in the game. And I don't even know if this is useful, but I do like that it discards things from my hand, so we'll keep it at 2 for now. Let me see if there's... Yeah, I don't really want to mess too much more with the mana. I did put these in as well as another way to get these things in the graveyard. But, sorry for the longer intro on this one. But as always, please like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And let's get into some games. Okay, so it looks like a good keep here. Restless Vents. For playing against creatures, we got Carnosaur, Brotherhood's End. Okay, looks like we're playing against Lifegain. Okay. Grand Muff Tarkin. Okay. We're gonna probably hold off on the Brotherhood's End for now. Can't hold up Carnosaur for anything annoying. Or anything we don't want to get too big, like a I can't remember what that 2-drop is called right now. Gumdrop Poisoner. It's a cool card. I've always really liked that card. Take our 1. And goody goody gumdrop. Okay. Go ahead and board wipe here, slow things down a little bit, get the life gain off the board, the Lunarch. Just kind of keep the Carnosaur here as just a big boy since we have big score. Can play it the following turn, either way. Okay, so Extraction Specialist was a good draw. Another Brotherhood's End, but I think... you could just want a big score here. Yeah. Save the Brotherhood's End for another... the board goes a little wider, because once we get Carnosaur out, we can just Brotherhood's End everything, so... probably get rid of Mire's token here. He's at 5 mana. Okay. So he solved it, which is not the greatest. Because now he can play cards from his discard. There you go. Gonna go ahead and Brotherhood's End. Or just, yeah, let's just drop the Carnosaur. We'll do that next turn. At a certain point, too, Robbery is going to be really nice. Bitter Triumph, sure. Yeah, don't really want to discard anything. More tokens for the Gumdrop Poisoner. Yeah, life gain definitely got a little bit better because of that card right there. That card right there, you know, I think life gain really is pretty legit now. I haven't tried it yet myself, because I've been having too much fun with this deck, but that's on the agenda, because I've always really liked the Gumdrop Poisoner. Yeah, it did 4 damage to us. It's almost enough to kill us. Looks so weird seeing Carnosaurs at 3-2. March of Breath of Sorrow is nice. This Brotherhood's in and force them to use their cases that are solved. Let's start getting rid of those. The sooner we get rid of those, the sooner that they won't be able to play things from their graveyard over and over and over again. Could rob them for 4 here, which is not the worst thing ever since we don't have a lot going on for us. Just to get some value out of the robbery. And play some of their creature cards, hopefully. Yeah, he's solving one of those, okay. So he gets back Gumdrop, Gumdrop. And the crazy thing with Gumdrop, too, is he just like plays them as tokens, and then they don't go back to his graveyard, which is really nice.
Yeah, that makes it makes the deck have so much synergy, and it just makes it a pain in the butt, which is what you want in a Magic deck. You want it to be a pain in the butt, so that it's good. Yeah. 3 Gumdrop Poisoners. So Carnosaur will definitely be dead soon. Do we want a robbery here? I think so. We don't have, like I said, we don't have a lot going on for us. If that card said just target player instead of target opponent, I would steal my own cards, and it would be the best card ever. Wow, 3 Amalias. Wow. Okay. Okay. Big scores. It's fine. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, I want to find bigger things though. This guy's name is hilarious. Yeah, I'm swinging it with Carnosaur here because they're probably going to kill it anyways. Oof. Just let the bat take either one, because either way the bat's going to die. I think he probably is going to take the Brotherhood's End, but who knows. Yep. Is he playing Goody Good Gumdrop, or is he waiting? He's playing 1 Gumdrop for 2, 3, 4. No, just the 2. Okay, we can gain life here and protect our Amalia, which is actually a good idea. So we can go ahead and just kill the bat, gain 4 life, get our Brotherhood's End back, wipe their board next turn, take a dump on their strategy, and protect Amalia. And get a land. So Amalia did not get protected because we got the land. This was a good thought, in theory. Okay. Big score. Yeah, get rid of the land here. That's a no-brainer. Probably play Amalia and start doing that thing again. Edict is fine. I think we wait a little bit on the Brotherhood's End. Swing in again with Carnosaur. Yeah. Again, I think Carnosaur is going to die. Plus, we want to start putting some pressure on their life total because I don't want them to have like 100 life. Yeah. Problem is when I play the Brotherhood's End, then Lunark goes. That's what I was thinking. And Amalia? Bat. Bat's very good. Love the bat. Okay. So now the question is, do we sit back and play defense? So force them to kill Carnosaur? Yeah. I think so. No? Going for it? No? Yeah? No? No. Sit back and play defense, since they're probably... This kind of forces them to kill it, and then we can Brotherhood's End. But again, they have the case, so... Ugh, that's... Okay, so we can Brotherhood's End, then Edict their bat. But, yeah. So... 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I think we play the... Possibly play their Amalia to make ours bigger? Or no, we just play the bat. Yeah, we just play the bat. Yeah, because we can still Brotherhood's End and Edict here. And hopefully Amalia will get bigger. Nice. That's a good top deck. Okay. So Brotherhood's End. We lose the Lunarch, but we're still in good shape because we have the Bat to gain life with the Amalia. Now we Edict their Bat. Force them to have to rebuild their whole board state. Okay. Swing in for 11. Put some more pressure on their life total. Force them to have answers, which I do think they will have the ability to kill Carnosaur next turn. But we have another one. Yep, there goes that. Yep, this is what I mean by annoying. And then Extraction Specialist. It's annoying. It's an annoying. Good thing is we do have a Deadly Cover-Up somewhere in our deck if we can find some cards that help us find it. So Sheoldred. We have nothing. Okay. So he's not killing our Carnosaur. Okay. Play ours. Hopefully find a, I don't know, Cruelty. Yep. I swear, man. That's another reason why I love playing 3 of these. It's like just finding them all the time with Carnosaur is just nuts. And we're playing it on 1 because we expect our Carnosaurs to die. Very, very, very soon. Yeah, he's gonna. Yep. He blocks. Nope, he chose not to block. So we're still putting pressure on his life total. He's down to 11. We're up to 21. We gain. Robbery is really good. It's a great card that replenishes our entire hand. So yeah, we just play it. Could even just play that, but no, we'll just save it for later. So with Robbery, we can steal 5, 9 cards next turn. Now, if he plays the Gumdrops here to gain life and kill our Carnosaurs, he gains 1 life there, then we can remove his Sheoldred from his hand with our Bat next turn, which is amazing. He's probably going to take out our Carnosaurs because they have Trample and they're awesome, and we probably have game. But the Bat is actually still very, very good here too. Yeah, so here goes the Carnosaurs, I believe. Yep. Okay. Yep. And there goes Carnosaur number 2. Alright. So he's got a 10-10. That's the biggest problem right now, is the 10-10. We are going to steal a boatload of cards. Oof. Play a Tali? Or just play Deadly Cover-Up, yeah. So we'll play Deadly Cover-Up first here. Wipe their board, take out their Gumdrop Poisoners. We're going to swing in with this first so that we can get rid of their Sheoldred from their hand. And then we are going to Deadly Cover-Up, get rid of all of their Gumdrop Poisoners so they can stop doing these shenanigans with that card and gaining tons of life and killing our creatures that are giant. And then afterwards, we can probably rob our opponent and get like 5 cards, 5 or 6 cards, I don't know. Get rid of the Poisoners, definitely. Yeah. Extraction Specialist is a consideration too, but the Gumdrop Poisoner is feeding into what they're trying to do too much, which is gain life and remove things and gain life and then play it over and over and over and over again. Yeah. I love Deadly Cover-Up, man. It wins so many games for us. Yeah. This just, I mean, this exactly is why I like Gumdrop Poisoner, though. I have to remove this card from this deck. It's not even Sheoldred. Like, Sheoldred's meh. It's fine, but it's the Poisoner, you know? Yeah. We'll just rob next turn. Just establish a board presence for now. And then we're going to get in a, I think, either a Tali or Carnosaur next turn, so there's that card. Probably go a Tali if we have one in the bin, which I believe we do. The Fortress. This game's a doozy, man. I'm fairly certain, though, he's going to concede next turn. Because we are going to really just take over this game finally. But man, Gumdrop Poisoner really, really did work this game. So this is a good matchup. Oh, we just have Carnosaur, my bad. Didn't realize we had, I thought we had a Tali for some reason. Edict, yep. Goodbye, Voice of the Blessed. Oh, we didn't get to play the Robbery and steal 12 cards. That was a good one, man. Good game.
Alright. So solid. We're going to put a Tali back in the bin for now. Rockets Theater just get on one. Dump. Basic Mountain Forest or Plains Guard. So we're playing some kind of Dino's deck. That's a good card. I kind of want to just throw it in the bin though. We can get it back later, right? Yeah. Especially if we find a Cruelty. Yeah. We just want lands. We gotta get a amount of removal right now. Or Virtue anything here that they put. They put nothing. Deadly Cover-Up's good. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Are they getting mana screwed? That's not fun, is it? Okay, we're probably gonna big score here. Unless they do something. 3 mana. Got the 6/6. The Pugnacious Hammer Skull. They do! So exciting. Can we take 6? We have Deadly Cover-Up. Brotherhood's End is okay. It's not the worst thing ever to have. I'm trying to think. I think we have options. We can wait. Oh, that helps too. So we can see what we get. March is nice. Okay, so we're getting rid of that for now. Yeah, March is going to be useful later. So we might just be better triumphing here. Yeah. Yep. I'm glad that we waited. Because that makes this decision so much easier. And March is good too because now we have another form of instant speed removal. So we really want to find our edicts in our... So we're playing a fight raking deck. Deadly Cover-Up is great, but it's not great if our opponent... Since we don't have anything right now to do this. Yeah. Nice. Wonderful. We still have 4 mana. So, I'm not sure what we're going to do with 4 mana, but I'm playing a Tali next turn, I can tell you that. We have Carnosaur here too, so play a Tali, then play Virtue. Worst case, we could Deadly Cover-Up. Okay, that's not a problem at all. Actually, we could kill that. But do I want to? No, I don't. I don't know, let me see. Do I want to? So I do 3, 2, 3. I could... No, I'm not worried about that right now. No. We're just playing a Tali. Stealing their dinosaurs, hopefully. Atalia is kind of like an Outrageous Robbery, except it's a dinosaur and steals one of their cards. So we're still stealing things. Nice. Well, that's always nice too, because now we can have extra mana to play. That's a good one. What is Bite Down? Target equal to this power to creature you don't control, or Edict. Does it really matter? It doesn't really matter. Sure. I mean, there's nothing else we could do, so we might as well. Just do them both, right? Alrighty. Take action. Bitter Triumph is better than March, I think, because we are in a commanding lead. And everything else is important, so yeah. So we're going to Bitter Triumph anything here. And also this, if they try to trigger Fight Rigging, Bitter Triumph gives us another way to deal with that situation. Can we just win next turn? Transform for 9 and swing in? Yes, we can. So we have game next turn. And that's what I mean by putting pressure. And look how much more amazing cards we had, you know? This deck's good, man. I think our opponent's realizing that, okay, sure, we're just going to take 3 life and kill this thing. Well, we don't need to do that right now, because he's only going to become a 6/6. And I want to have 9 mana, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, so we're not actually going to do that now. Okay, he makes it a 6/6, that's fine. Either way, I'm going to have to trample over him, right? I mean, he has to block. So, yeah. So, yeah, he just loses if he doesn't block. Sure. So either he loses the Carnosaur or he loses the game. I mean the Dracosaur. I personally have never played this card. I think it's good, but it always gets removed. So, okay, cool. Get in for 5 poison counters. Six poison. That's. I like my hand. I mean, I guess we're just gonna get rid of whatever we get. Not getting rid of Chandra. Do we really need a Virtue at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is why I didn't want to accept at first. Do we really need the board? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was just thinking. My bad. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't in a good spot anyways. This one is interesting. I'm gonna keep it. Okay, well that makes it more interesting because we're playing against control. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, we got some. That is one thing that I have considered is Cavern of the Souls because of this matchup, and I want to be able to not have my dinosaurs get countered, so might need to be a consideration here. Brass Tunneler is probably going to get countered right now. Okay, if it doesn't, we're going to get rid of these two. No, let's just get rid of all 3. I don't want any of these things. Yeah. Thanks. I just want to... Yeah. Okay, Edict is good. Brotherhood's End is good here as well. Kaido Shizuki? No. No! Does he have a counterspell? He could. He could have a No More Lies. Okay, that's phased out. So I think we go with the... We have 3 mana. We just try to Brotherhood's End him? I think we do. I think we try. That's a very, very good card. Because this kills everything on his board, and if he wants to waste a counterspell, that's fine. We have an Edict. We also have another one for next turn. So, cool. Totally fine. And he thought so as well. That it wasn't good. So we're playing an Esper Control again. I think I just played against this recently with Ramp, so it was very similar. Okay. I'd love to play Cruelty here, but let's see what he does first. I don't think we're going to play Cruelty though. Okay, so he's probably doing the thing again. Memory Deluge? Wandering Emperor. Okay. He's gonna plus it, which is fine. It's annoying. This is right. Yeah, that was a good strategy. Are we getting rid of the creature here? Yes, we are, because he's trying to kill us right now. Okay, see how that goes again. He makes a Wanderer. Okay, so we can... What are we doing here? Do we care about that? He makes it a 3/3. We could kill it with Virtue again. Okay, if we had another Brotherhood's End here, that would be delicious. Do we just Cruelty now? Yeah. We're gonna take 8 damage next turn? Eesh. I think we have to kill this, right? He's just gonna do the same thing again. Six mana is not really doing us anything. Atali does something though, right? Atali's not bad either. Yeah, let's just go for the big boy. Because we're under pressure, I think we have to go for Atali. Atali's good because we can steal their planeswalkers or their stupid spells. Triumph is wonderful. Soul Partition. Okay, we're gonna exile target non-land permanent and Bitter Triumph. So I'm gonna get rid of that. That costs what, 6? Yeah. Bitter Triumph. A3 life on that or this? It's gotta be this because then it becomes an 8/8. Nice. We're about to flip the grinder too. That was a... My god. Wish we would... See, that I would have loved to play Cruelty on 1 there. This guy's just playing a straight up Planeswalker deck. He got an Atali of his own. Isn't that nice? Douche. March. Can't play March though. Because... Yeah, that's not gonna work. But nice try. Okay. Okay, we can kill Atali now. So did he exile our Atali by doing that? No. Okay, so we play this. Has to be this. And he could transform that too, so we have to kill it, unfortunately. Right now. Ugh. Not the greatest situation for us. He doesn't have any more creatures though, so we're losing the pressure, which is nice. That double striking pressure was not fun. This is a tough one. Control is tough. Ugh. That card sucks. I hate that card so much. We can Restless Vents it, right? I don't know how good that is though right now. Yeah. Our opponent has just not stopped his parade of onslaught of treachery. So we kind of have to play that, right? We don't have a choice. We could Restless Vents here and do what? This is too many Planeswalkers to deal with. Thanks, Arena, for matching us up against this stupid ass deck. For 8. Yeah, I think that's just gonna be a good game for us. I mean, we can do this at least, but doesn't really help our situation. What am I swinging at here? This thing? Yeah, I guess so. Doesn't really matter, right? So, I mean, this is the first time I've ever gotten to do this if we survive this turn. Which I highly doubt is going to happen. Yeah. They just have had way too much gas. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Cool. Going second yet again. Okay. So we got an Edict. Brotherhood's End. Looks like we're playing against mono white control. Yeah, Arena has figured out that this deck's toughest matchup is control, so it's matching us up against control repeatedly. It's typical Arena nonsense. I've been winning way too much, and you know how Arena gets about that. You can't be winning too much, man. Like, sorry, dude, you're too good. We gotta match you up against your worst matchups. It's one of my favorite things about Arena, because it's a really, really accurate example of how real Magic is played. And real things that happen in real life. I am starting to feel like I want a couple of Cavern of Souls in here, because I have a lot of dinosaurs. Doesn't matter against mono white, but okay, 2/2 is not a problem. There's the blue that I was worried about. Oh. Well, look at that. Do we just big score right now? I think we big score and get rid of one of these Brotherhood's Ends. Don't need all of them. They are good against Planeswalker decks though. Yeah, nice. Cool. Didn't get any recursion spells yet, but we are in a good spot. Field of Ruin about to come in nicely for us against. Oh, there's a reason to play this. Get rid of that stupid card. Even though I love this card, it's stupid when it plays against me. No, I'm not worried about any of that. I think we're at what, 6, 8 mana? What do we care about less? I guess the Carnosaur I care about less if it gets countered. Chandra is pretty sweet. Cruelty? Deadly cover-up. I'll put it in her hand, yeah. It's good for later. Cool. Hold up Bitter Triumph for counterspells. We can possibly pull off the Chandra, Chandra Robbery thing next turn. Perfected Mind. Such a dumb card. So I'm going to kill this card and then Deadly Cover Up. Yes, because this... Well, I didn't have to kill it because he killed it himself. Dumbest. And this is why I mean Deadly Cover Up is great against control. Because I am now going to... Let me see. No, he doesn't show us anything. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to Deadly Cover Up our own Trumpeting Carnosaur after we swing in. Which is fine. How much... Do we have enough mana to do both? We do have enough mana to do both. And I will. Yeah, especially because we just drew that. So we're going to do Chandra for 6... 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll still have 5 mana left over. And then if he wants to, he has an answer for Chandra, whatever, you know. Problem is, I should have attacked first. Actually, Soul Partition is fine. Does my... Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, so... It's fine. Whatever. Should have just attacked, but it's fine. I just want to get rid of Jace. So get rid of just a Virtue, because we can't get that back. Jace is the worst card ever made. Ever, 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 ever. Oh my god, Farewell. Of course he has the Farewell in his freaking hand. So... That sucks, because that literally is like all of our pressure. So Restless Vents it is, huh? Or just steal their deck and mill them. We can play Chandra if we draw a land. Yeah, we're going to Field of Ruin that stupid card soon. He's got another Soul Partition. Land, okay. Cool. Depends if we draw land or not. Not untapped land, so. Do I want a second robbery? Yes, I do. I do. Especially because putting pressure on them now is not going to be near as effective, but playing Chandra is. So, we Field of Ruin, kill their anchorage. Oh, cancel. No. We do that the next turn. Yeah. Because we want to draw the robbery. Dang it. We could rob them. I really want to... Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I should just rob them, right? Just rob them for 5? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Seems good. Could also draw. They don't have anything here. I could draw, get the robbery, then Field of Ruin? Okay. Red, black, black. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Okay. And Field of Ruin this card. Sweet. Yeah, so Chandra Robbery is going to be our win con. Because if we can do that, we're going to be in good shape. He's at 6 land, 7 mana. I don't know how many Brotherhood's ends I have in here. 1, 2. How many deadly cover-ups do I have in here? Because he milled me for 25 cards. Okay. All he has is board wipes right now. Okay, yeah. All creatures, enchantments, and graveyards. Cool. Should have done artifacts, man. Why didn't you do that? Okay, so he has a soul partition ready to go. How many cards do we have left in our deck? 23. He has 40. I think we're going to play this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Play this for 8. It's not going to do a lot for us right now. He's going to soul partition it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not worth it right now. Yeah, I don't really want to do that. That's eggs. Let's do yeah, let's just do 3 damage to him. No, it's just plus. Just plus. He kills it, whatever. I'm sure it's coming. Okay, he had another answer, which is actually worse. Yeah, because now it doesn't come back. So there goes that win con. Thanks again, Arena. As usual, we got an artifact. Well, that's nice. We can just use that. And draw a card. Thanks for the artifact. Ooh, there's the Brotherhood's End. Can we just do it and get rid of his Celestus? I think it's probably worth it. Yeah. I'd like to. Get rid of that card. Why did that trigger if it was dead? Nice. Well, that's good, except there's nothing in the graveyard. So we'll just steal his cards and piss him off. See if he plays a Planeswalker here. Oh, thanks, actually. Sure. Cool. Absolutely. I should have some swamps, right? Yeah, 2 left. Okay, so we got... I didn't spend the mana, did I? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 cards seems pretty good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so we still 8. And just piss him off. I mean, that's what he gets though for playing mono white control with some blue splashed in. I mean, he can suck my ass. I'll take your Restless Anchorage. He has no idea what I have now either. Cool. Let's play his lands. So he's gonna get rid of that immediately, which is fine. We don't have anything in the discard that's anything useful at all. Okay, Sunset Revelry is cool. Does he have more cards than us? He does. He has more life than us. So we draw a card. Okay, what do we... Ooh, nice. I like it. Except we don't have any creatures. But I like it. What are we getting rid of here? 18? Yeah, I think I want to slow down with discarding. And we did just lose our land too. There's our land. I'm just going to discard 0. He has a counterspell? Yeah, we're going to discard 0. Nice. Yeah, we're going to wait on the robbery. We're going to try to close out the game with that. He's going to Demolition Field our Anchorage, which is totally fine. Problem is we don't have any more land in our deck. What do we have in here though? 3 cruelties, which is really nice. Oof. Don't have a lot. Got these 2 things and another Chandra, so those are our very, very small win cons. Our other win con is this though. Cruelty is a nice card to find here too. If he plays some kind of creature, we're going to kill it with Carnosaur and try to get back with Virtue. Okay. Well, there you go. That's nice. Okay. Yeah, discovering is fine because we can get Cruelty, right? We can also Bitter Triumph it if he tries to exile it or something. Exactly. Look at that. It's like I planned it. Go on 1. Look at his hand. He's gonna do the thing. It's fine. Still get to look at your hand. Sure. Sorry. Stinks, doesn't it? To have your own cards against you. It's really stinky. Just have a handful of removal. Soul Partition. Sure. Get him to waste it on that instead of Chandra. I'll take that all day. And we get just to play again. He's just a handful of board wipes. Okay. Yeah. So does he have any more of those stupid things? He does not. So that's good to know. So now we can safely, when he tries to Sunfall us, we just kill ourselves. Next turn we Chandra and start the madness. Unless he has top deck something amazing here. Okay, that's a pretty good top deck. This game, sometimes, man, I swear, this game just like, when it wants you to lose, your opponent draws the exact card they need to get out of a jam full of board wipes. Dang. We could also just cast Cruelty again. We're at 15, he's at 26, okay. Again, Chandra is our win con, so like, Cruelty might be the card that we play again because we want to see what their hand is so we know if Chandra's safe. Because we are definitely... We took their Jace out. So if we can pull off a Chandra turn where it lives for a turn, then we are in good shape. He does have 7 mana. Do we have another Deadly Cover-Up? Oh, I don't even know. There's 1. I think we do, yeah. So we could Cruelty for it if we really want to get rid of more cards from his deck. I'm guessing he's not happy with what he found, or he's really thinking. I'm not sure what's happening. Either we're getting roped, or he's mad that we stole some of his cards. This was a good game, man. I hate that he didn't want to finish it out, but I mean, that's what happens when you play a deck full of board wipes. That's why you don't play like decks like that. I got a hand of his cards, I got a hand of my cards, I got Planeswalkers, kill spells, recursion spells, rob him, dinosaurs. Like, my deck is so much fun. How long does this timer go for? Eternity? Okay. It was a good one. Too bad our opponent didn't want to see it out, but I guess with a handful of board wipes and nothing with their deluge, they saw the writing on the wall and didn't want to say good game because they were upset because I robbed them. I'd be upset too. Hey, we get to go first. I love it. Let's just drop down the Haunted Ridge. Get into a red-headed. I'm not even gonna say that. I don't even know what that means. Don't want to say things that I don't know what they mean. It's okay. So at least we're not playing against control here. Golgari, Shmushmari, enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. Eternal land cards from your... We're just gonna Carnosaur that next turn. Devious cover up. Oh, he is playing counter spells. What in the... God, Drain Earth. How many counter... like... Why do I have to keep playing against these treacherous decks? Let's just do this now. We have 2 different ways to kill things next turn if we need to. Stop matching me against counter spells. Good thing we have Cavern though. What does this do? Dinosaur, yeah. Well, at least we have that now. Do we just Virtue here? Or do we... Yeah, we're gonna have to Virtue. We can big score following turn. Up to 3 target lands from your graveyard to your hand. That's absolutely insane and bonkers. Oh, to your hand. Okay. Well, your hand is fine. Whatever. I don't care about that. I mean, he's not going to miss any land drops, but whatever. Another one. Sure. Sure. Alright. So we're back on the match us up against ramp decks because we're playing a ramp deck. We have a Carnosaur in the card, so I'm probably just going to get rid of the Robbery here and play Virtue. Start stealing their creatures. Because I highly doubt that they have a way to deal with that. Okay. Cool. So we'll keep the Robbery. Just get rid of that. Just because Robbery gives us a new hand of cards. Nice. That's nice. Okay. So, yeah, we're just going to play Virtue into Cruelty. Depends on if they're tapped out or not. Red-headed guy. Red-headed guy. Somehow we have more mana than they do. So I'm guessing this means that they're holding up a counterspell. So what do we do here? Play the bat? Yeah. Play the bat, because if he goes to the discard we can get it back. Unless he exiles it. Okay. If he doesn't exile it and we get to attack with it, that's amazing. But he has black somehow in his 4-color deck. Okay. 6 mana. Okay. Doesn't have Wandering Emperor, which is nice. Mana for us is great. He has a kill spell? Sure. So we go for the thing. I kind of think so. He could have a counterspell over there. It had to be like a negate. We just try? I kind of really want to try. Or we could, on his upkeep, steal and get him to play a counterspell. I like that idea. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do it. Let's try to steal 5. Keep 1 treasure token, seems fine. He counters it, great. Good for him. Nope, didn't do it. Just gets a deluge. Okay, because we got 4, 7, 8 mana next turn. Sweet. Nice. Okay, that's a 3/3, so we'll just care about this? Yeah, I mean, it just... Is he telling me your go? Come on, man. You've taken an eternity over there. I haven't said a word to you. This guy has like a land full of decks. I mean, a land full of... a deck full of lands. Good God, man. So he's trying to do shenanigans with Nissa. Okay. Well, I'm absolutely going to kill Nissa. How many mans do I have? 4, 7. Well, that's nice. I mean, isn't it? Do we just play Cruelty here? I think we just play Cruelty and build Bitter Triumph. Because that card is annoying. Yeah. And we just do this. Pay 3 life, get rid of that. Seems good. I think next turn we play... How many cards do we have in here? Just one. I think we can... Could get a deadly cover up here. Seems good. And just get rid of those Deluges. Okay, well he does have a Urtai. So that's a thing. So that changes what I want to do. Because he can counter stuff. I still want one of these though. Yeah, I think I still want one of these. Just to clear out his board. Okay, so we're gonna go here because it can't be countered. Now we have things to do. May get a concession, or we may just kill him. Oh my god. That's what he was hiding in there. Choose up to 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Well, yeah, do I want big score? Chandra. Sorcery, I guess. Raucous Theater. And do we want big score or Bear Triumph? I think we want big score. And I think we're just gonna play this. And hold up Edict. My god, discard 2 cards. Why? Vents, I guess. And Brotherhood's End. We don't need that. Yeah, I like the theater. I'm telling you, if you want to have fun playing Magic, this is the card. So that's an activated ability, so you can return all of his lands. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He is really, really impatient, isn't he? I could play Chandra next turn and just play both, so that's probably what I would do. I really don't want to play Deadly Cover Up now. I don't even care about the Deluges. Okay, sure. He's really a douchebag, isn't he? You think his name's like Cecil or something? 2, we're gonna get our Carnosaur back next turn, we're gonna swing it for 14. And then we're going to remove, just to be a giant. What is he doing here? Okay, just to be a giant douche and shut this game off. So that's another thing we could do. Yeah, because we have that, we're gonna get this. Hopefully find a Cruelty. Yep. And then we're gonna search for what? What are we searching for here? Is the question. Another Virtue? Doesn't seem bad. Just to like... How many cards does he have in his left in his deck? 29? Maybe it's... we already have a Robbery. No, we don't have a Robbery, okay. So maybe it is Robbery. Come on, man. I get it. I know. It's 3 big dinosaur, or three of the best big creatures in the game, all on one board. I'd quit too, Cecil. So, just to wrap this up, because Cecil didn't want to let us, we were going to swing in with a Tali and flip a Tali for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, pay the life, and just win the game. Is what we would have done, actually, because we had game. Other option, though, if we didn't have the 9 lands, which we did, was swinging with a Tali and a Traxa, play Cruelty, get the Robbery, play Deadly End, well, I'm sorry, play Chandra, then play Deadly End, then wipe out their memory deluges so they have nothing but an empty hand, and they just have to top deck Atraxa. But the other option is we play the 10th land and we just deadly cover up twice, which was the other thing I was thinking. So the reason for that, simple, says once we kill Atraxa, it goes to their graveyard, we exile it and the deluge and just kill their entire crappy deck plan, whatever they were doing over there. So we basically just wipe them out of the game completely, which is why this card is nuts and why this deck is so amazing. Alright, it's one of those hands that you hope and pray that you find things that make it make sense, because otherwise you're just sitting around doing nothing till turn 5. Make it make sense. Please make it make sense. Okay, that's good. Land is good. Land is really the best thing we can hope for at this point. Alright, so we're playing against the magical deck. The best deck ever made by humans. Boros Convoke, ladies and gentlemen. Really would like a Trumpeting Carnosaur right now. Hey! Ask and you shall receive. Well, that makes Cruelty better. Also just like them to commit a little bit more to the board here. Yeah, so we're gonna kill that immediately. Immediately. Okay. Because it has Battlecry. And Battlecry sucks for everybody. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, I think what is the card that we want to get rid of here? Might just be the I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Triumph? No. Maybe it's Chandra? But I love Chandra. I don't want to get rid of Chandra. I want to land here, though. Alright, we're going to discast it, and I think it's got to be the Triumph right now. How do we not find land? How do we not find land here? Okay, we're gonna have to board wipe here soon. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, losing 4. So we can, if we draw land, we can play Chandra and board wipe. Okay, we did not draw land. Again, of course. Yeah, we have to do this right now. Just hold up Bitter Triumph. Okay, he's creating more tokens again. Okay. My goodness, man. Again, with the... Okay, so I think at this point we can cast Chandra and double Virtue. Yes, that makes the most sense here. And then just hope that we find a land in the next turn. Okay. On the right. Is it... Okay, thank you for telling us which one, because that was extremely confusing. Is this instants or sorceries, right? So, depending on what he does with his board, I think we're gonna. Hopefully, we get a. Well, we can play Cruelty here either way, which I think we're gonna play it on 1 with Chandra, since we cannot find our 5th land. Okay. He's just trying to go wide again so that he can play these cards and get value out of them. There's a land, but it's unfortunately not. Okay, so we have another option here, which is to draw 4 cards, create 4 treasure tokens. Seems like a very good option. So does Cruelty, because we're going to take a ton of damage next turn, and Chandra's going to die if we don't. So doing this at least gives us the option to Bitter Triumph 2 different things. So let's do this. Land is good, Tally is good, Trumpeting Carnosaur is good. All these things are great and wonderful and magical. So, what do we do here? 5, 9, 10 mana next turn. Right now we have 6 mana, which is almost enough to make magical things happen, but not quite. Okay, so let's just do this. +2. Okay, so we can Bitter Triumph 2 these things. Oh no, it's only 1 right now, right? That's okay, we just kill the Warden. Discard a land. No. Control. We do this. Kill that. Yes. Then on their upkeep, we kill the Evangelist and something else. And make it make sense. This says you get creatures you control get +1, so we kill. Okay. Six mana. Okay, there's 1 and another, right? Sure. He's gonna play them both. Try to get in for some damage. Cool. Okay, so we kill. I mean, these are already doing their value, so we just kill them both. Let's discard. No, wait, cancel. Okay, sure. Pass to combat. See what he does. Want to keep Chandra alive for sure. Chandra is disgusting. Okay, so... Okay, that part I should have done before, so we're gonna do discard, autopay, get rid of that, that. Chandra stays alive. We deadly cover up his board. Do we? Do we deadly cover up? How much land do we have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Niner? I mean, Imidane is pretty good, right? See, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Unfortunately, 9 is like an awkward number. So, I'm just gonna +2 again. Black. We're gonna deadly cover up. Collect evidence. We're gonna get rid of Big Score and Bitter Triumph. I think we're gonna get rid of Imidane. And then Evangelist. So we'll get rid of that first. And you're gonna see why deadly cover up is disgusting. Ooh. All the Imidanes. And then we're going to get rid of the Evangelist. Planet Library, no more Evangelists. Okay, it's got an Errant, Warleader. I need to start looking at people's decks. I play so fast I don't care. I mean, I know what their deck is. It's you know, like mono red, but takes a little more skill. Alright. How do you like them apples? Alright, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're just gonna play Italy. Okay. He's still playing, I'm surprised. Okay. These things get haste? No. Really need that 10th land so we can 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, Cruelty does work, right? So 5. Really? You control that artifact? Okay. I mean, that was smart. Kill a treasure token. Still gonna play Italy. No. Don't need more land. We're still gonna play Italy, yeah. Five. Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted. We're gonna go ahead and play this on 3. Once we have another one, just get a Carnosaur out. Oh no, I don't care about those things. I want Carnosaur. Into another Cruelty. Come on, Cruelty. Brotherhood's End is wonderful. Even better. Good game. I killed my own thing because I double cast Brotherhood's End. That's funny. Cool. Yeah, man, this deck is legit. It's a legit contender. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're gonna do the thing again. Dang, I really almost killed Chandra too, right? Okay. Yeah. Just do that. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, sure. Good one. Italy. So back for post-game wrap-up. I did make a couple of minor tweaks. The first was that I added in 2 Caverns of the Souls because Azorius Control and Jeskai Control are a thing now. So I want to be able to make sure that I can play my Dinos. And another amazing thing is that I can just Cruelty and find Cavern of Souls, because Cruelty is one of our best cards in that matchup. So having a couple in the deck seems like a really good idea to make sure that we can cast these and not have to worry about that at all. The other change, so I put in just 1 full Field of Ruin. I took out 1 Vents because I've rarely ever used this, but I still want to have the option to use it. And then 1 Field of Ruin, and the 2 Cavern of Souls are kind of the 2 Raucous Theater felt good. I think there was one game where I could put a Carnosaur in there on turn 1, which was like ideal, right? Chandra, oh my god. Chandra, Deadly Cover-Up, and Cruelty, and Itali. Like, just... And Carnosaur, like, into Cruelty a few times. Like, this deck is legit, man. I really, like, if I was going to play a tournament in person, this is probably what I would choose, because not as many people are going to play it. They're just going to be playing like Esper Midrange or Dimir Midrange or Boros Aggro or Mono Red. Or maybe like Golgari and maybe Rakdos Aggro. But I mean, and then maybe somebody's going to play Azorius Control. But I like every one of those matchups, I have answers. I have, I can survive the early game. And then once I get here, like once I get to these cards, and I like this card, because what the difference between this card and Breach, and maybe it's just like a 1-1 split if you want to like get real cute with it, and just have, and I do like that idea, to be honest, just a 1-1 split of Breach and Robbery. But the difference, like I said, is that Robbery gives you a fresh hand, and if I didn't get any of this game. I think one game I would have against that mono white player that roped me, but I would have been able to rob him twice because he didn't have a way to deal with Chandra anymore, and that would have probably decked him out for one. But also, if it didn't, I would have gotten a huge hand of cards to replenish my hand. So there's an argument for a 1-1 count, but otherwise, like, I really like where this deck is at. I think I did put 1 Breach in the sideboard, so if you're playing best of 3, like, this is a pretty good starting point for a sideboard. Like, Extract the Truth you want to have for enchantments. 2 more Path for those Convoke, Boros Convoke, and Mono Red decks. A couple Sheoldred for those matchups as well. Deadly Cover-Up for any matchup where you need to wipe the board, mid-range matchups, but also it's really good against Control. Duress against Control, Liliana for Control, this for Graveyard Hate for all the Graveyard decks, and Breach as well for decks that are playing from their graveyards. This is really good against them. And then Control. I really enjoy this deck. This card, man, I don't know how many games this card has won me recently. Like those Control matchups where I just get rid of their Delugers, their Jaces. The one that we lost to Esper Control, I mean, they just had the bonkers Planeswalker after Planeswalker after Planeswalker turns. Like, there was nothing we could do. Plus, we went second that game. We went second most of these games, I think. It still came out on top in all of them except that one, so. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a blast playing this deck. As always, please let me know any feedback, or if you try this deck out and what you think, or any other decks that you think are cool. And please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I greatly appreciate it. And y'all have a good one. Peace.